Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the official Marine AFC YouTube channel for live radio commentary of this afternoon's Northern Premier League West Division game between Workington and Marine. Glad you could join us this afternoon. We're live here up in Cumbria once more, as we were last Saturday here at Borough Park for this league clash. Two sides, of course, having met in midweek in the Cup and last Saturday in the league, last Saturday's game. In the FA Cup. Preliminary round tie last Saturday and a 1-1 draw here at Borough Park, of course, followed by the replay on Tuesday evening. A fantastic win for the Mariners, 2-1 in extra time, thanks to David Lynch's cracking left-footed volley in extra time. I'll give you the two teams for today's game. Beginning with Workington, they have in goal Jim Atkinson, 2 Matty Clark, 3 Kieran Charlton, 4 Dan Wordsworth, 5 Sam Smith, 6 Brad Hubbold, 7 Ira Gooden, 8 Brad Carroll, 9 Scott Allison, 10 skipper Connor Tinian, and 11 Rowan Roach. And the Mariners have in goal Bailey Passant, 2 James Devine, 3 James Joyce, 4 David Lynch, 5 Anthony Miley, 6 David Raven, 7 Owen Watkinson, 8 Alex Doyle, 9 skipper Niall Cummins, 10 Betton Hughes, and 11 James Barrigan. The subs for Marine are Danny Shaw, Dean Winnard, Ryan Wignall, Lewis Riley and Neil Kenji. Marine all in blue today, and we're underway. Marine kicking from left to right in the first half as I look, and what is a very and quite remarkably noteworthy sunny day here in Cumbria. Ball currently on the Marine left, now inside as David Lynch nods forward, but cleared from the Workington centre back position by Sam Smith. The ball on halfway. Door goes in strongly. A little bit of head tennis. And James Devine back in the side today at right back. Place of Ben Roberts, who had an excellent game on Tuesday evening, is in with a firm challenge and wins a throw-in for the Mariners just inside the Workington half on this near touchline, the Marine right. One other change for the Mariners today, as David Lynch, goal scoring hero in midweek, comes into the side in place of Neil Kenji, who's on the bench this afternoon. The referee is awarded a free kick to Workington midway inside their own half on this near touchline, which is the Workington left. I also have George Martin with me here this afternoon. George currently looking after the Twitter updates and all things technical to help us get through the commentary this afternoon, and George will be chipping in from time to time during commentary. Once again, if you're just joining us, we're a couple of minutes into the game. It's Workington 0, Marine 0. As the free kick sent forward, Choice heads away from left back, now Cummins on the chase, but Wordsworth back in the Workington side today, looks to sweep up, battling with Cummins. Niall showing strength to hold his man off, but now working to bring it forward through Hubbold. He's challenged by Joyce. And ball once again midfield. Miley in with a strong challenge from Marine. Neither side able to put the foot on the ball to great effect. Given away once again to Owen Watkinson, who looks to come forward for the Blues. And now with Ben Hughes just on the edge of the Workington area. Placed to James Devine, who wins a corner off the Workington winger Ira Gooden. First corner of the afternoon, won by Jay Devine, back in the side, as I say, in place of Ben Roberts today. Marine attacking the top end of the Borough Park ground, the covered end. A few Mariners away to my right behind the goal. Corner comes in, but it's flicked away by Workington head, and Connor Tinian, their skipper, can pick up on their right. Steps inside, plenty of time on the ball, tries the long ball forward towards Rowan Roach. Choice miscontrols and the ball's out for a throw-in on that far side. Midway inside the Marine half on the Workington right. I'm reliably informed the far side, the popular side here at Borough Park. Matty Clark comes forward into the box for the Reds, and a complete air shot. But it's forced home. It's forced home. The opening goal. Bit of a miscommunication in the green box. The initial shot was an air shot from Scott Allison. Ball was played back into the box. And it was forced home by Brad Carroll from only about 6 yards out, as the Marine defence were a bit statuesque, it has to be said. Brad Carroll beating Bailey Passant as he advanced with a low shot into the corner of the net. And after 5 minutes, it's Workington 1, Marine 0. Not the start we would have wanted this afternoon, that's for sure. Rather soft goal to concede for those of you just joining us. Marines defence, ball watching somewhat as the ball was played back into the Workington box and finished by midfielder Carroll as Workington come forward again, but the ball rolls tamely through to Bailey Passant, who was able to settle things down. Ball with Passant once again. Did acting all yellow this afternoon. He'll look to play forward. Plays long now towards Cummins. Cummins jumps in the air, wins his header to Ben Hughes. Hughes flicks on towards Owen Watkinson, but cleared by Matty Clark towards halfway. Foul on David Raven as he tried to win the header, but he was levered off the ball by experienced Scott Allison, Workington's record scorer. That's a free kick to Marine, right on the halfway line. James Devine's over this one, and will look to put the ball into the Workington area as Marine look for an early leveller. Out towards Barragan, who wins his header. Now Cummins just outside the area on the left hand side. Back to goal, shields the ball well. Looks to find Barragan, who steps across the edge of the area and cuts back onto his left foot, played in towards Miley, but Workington win the header and are able to volley clear to halfway. Devine tussling with Scott Allison. Referee waves play on, and Workington are able to retrieve possession. Along with Clark. Looks to play forward, but a rather aimless pass, and possession's back with Marine in the form of David Raven. Plays the ball back to Bailey Passant. Clears. There's Cumbrian air. Cummins again, sandwiched between two Workington defenders. Not able to gather possession. David Lynch steps in with a strong challenge in midfield. But Workington look to settle things down in midfield now through Hubble, who plays all the way back to goalkeeper Jim Atkinson. If you're just joining our commentary this afternoon here from Borough Park, it is Workington 1, Marine 0. Goal after 5 minutes from Workington's midfielder Brad Carroll. Ben Hughes looks to keep possession in, just on the right touchline, and does well. Looks to find Owen Watkinson running into the channel, but cut out by Workington's defence. And now the referees are judged a foul on Ira Gooden by Anthony Miley right on the halfway line. Miley protesting his innocence to the referee, but the free kick has been given. For the foul by Miley on the ex-Ramsbottom winger. Workington now have a free kick on their left, just 10 yards in from our commentary position here at Borough Park. And it's Sam Smith over it. He'll look to send it forward left-footed. And instead plays the ball back to Jim Atkinson midway through Workington half. The Workington keeper with possession. And he'll clear long. Chested by Allison, neatly done. And Allison has possession back. Finds left back Charlton. Charlton to this near touchline to winger Gooden. Gooden finds Allison, and Allison back to Gooden. Neat possession play by Workington as they build towards the edge of the Marine box. Inside to Hubbold. Tees up Matty Clark, it looked like there, but a very tame left-footed strike from about 25 yards, and the ball very tamely through into the hands of Bailey Passant. Marines goalkeeper will clear. Clears long. Once again towards Cummins. And through to Workington, who looked to burst between Workington defenders. About 30 yards from goal. Was brought down. Bit of a sandwich once again there. A free kick to Marine. 25-28 yards out from the Workington net. Just on the slightly left of centre. James Barragan no doubt will be over this one. Alex Doyle also in attendance. As Marine look to find their equalising goal. Going a goal behind after 5 minutes. Through Brad Hubbell's strike from about 8 yards. Doyle and Barragan both over this one for the Mariners. 2-man wall for the Reds. Just on the edge of the area. Barragan steps over. Doyle takes. Low free kick. Comes to Miley, who looked to be fouled, but no, the referee has given it the other way. Rather bizarrely, Marine claiming that a penalty, possibly for a challenge on Miley there, but he's given it the other way. Mr. Porter. Couple of yards inside the Workington box. And Miley will receive treatment as he stayed down following the challenge. And the Marine physio now on to treat the Marine centre back. Does look to be struggling, Miley, it has to be said. Has stayed down since the challenge. David Raven just trotted over to his near side to inform Neil Young and co. The situation regarding Marley, but the Marine centre back still down in the Workington box. As the rest of the players take the opportunity to grab a drink on this rather warm afternoon here in Cumbria. Anthony Marley, of course, has been playing with a calf injury in the last couple of games since pulling his calf in the warm-up for last Saturday's fixture here at Borough Park. Played through that game for its entirety, and also the replay on Tuesday evening at the MTA. But he does look to be in some trouble here. Marley continues to receive treatment. Just sitting up now on his hands, receiving treatment from the Marine physio. And reasonably lengthy stoppage already of a couple of minutes or so. If you're just tuning in, thanks for being with us this afternoon. Do say hello in the chat box. You're joining me, Ralph Rams, live from Borough Park, Cumbria, for commentary of Workington v Marine in the NPL West Division this afternoon. Play still paused while Anthony Marley receives treatment. Just a couple of early scores for you, and Warrington Rowlands, dark horses this season in the NPL West Division, have taken a very early 3-0 lead at Prescott Cables. Following that one along, Rams bottom one up at home to Market Drayton, and 1874 Northwich one up at home to Kendal. Of course, here it's Marine 1, or even Workington 1. Marine 0. It's Workington 1, Marine 0. That early goal after 5 minutes or so from the Workington number 6, Brad Hubbell. And now more of the treatment staff making their way onto the playing surface to help attend to Anthony Marley, who is sitting up, but certainly looks to have done something to either his ankle or his lower leg. As I say, he did have that calf problem sustained in warm-up before last Saturday's fixture here. Whether it's a reoccurrence of that problem, which he's carried throughout this week, or a fresh injury, remains to be seen. Most sets of players taking plenty of fluid on board, even in this early quarter of an hour or so, opening quarter of an hour of the game. It is very pleasant afternoon here up in Cumbria. Blue skies all around. The odd wisp of cloud, but certainly very, very hot conditions for both sets of players this afternoon. Marley still laying on the ground, about 2 yards inside the Workington box. Lengthy stoppage now. It's been down for at least a good 3 or 4 minutes. Being attended to by the Marine and indeed the Workington physios. Marley still sitting up on his hands, so it does appear to be a lower limb issue. Could be an ankle or a calf problem for Anthony Marley. Just looking at the bench today for Marine, obviously Danny Shaw or Dean Winnard would be the natural replacements. Winnard signed this week from Southport, near neighbours of Marine. The experienced ex-Accrington, Stanley, and Morecambe defender, as well as playing for the Soundgrounders. Possibility that Winnard could make his debut here. Workington players just knocking the ball about between themselves while Marley continues to receive treatments, while the Marine players just in a group huddle on halfway with Alan Morgan. Now Marley being stretchered off the field of play. Unfortunately, he is sitting up, but being stretchered off by a combination of physio staff and as well a nice touch of help from the Workington keeper Jim Atkinson there, also assisting as they carry Marley really slowly and carefully off the playing surface here at Borough Park. And the Marine centre back, who of course hasn't put a foot wrong, certainly in the last couple of seasons, nor in this season to date. Looks to have a nasty injury, but hopefully he won't be out for too long. Of course, an important player of the Marine side that started this season so well. Does have a brace as he passes in front of us into the tunnel area on his right leg, and looks to be in some discomfort and pain. Danny Shaw, it looks like, will replace Marley for the Mariners. Shaw just readying himself. Well, certainly some injury time to play at the end of this first half. That stoppage was probably 6 minutes or so. Shaw still not ready to enter the field of play. Referee just looking over. Free kick, of course, to Workington, ordered by Mr. Porter. 2 or 3 yards inside their own penalty area. And Shaw does indeed now take his place at centre back. Local lad Danny Shaw jogs onto the pitch, and he'll play the rest of the game alongside David Raven at the heart of the Marine defence. As Atkinson gets play back underway with a long clearance, right to left into the Marine half. And the ball at left back with James Joyce, looking to shepherd the ball out, despite the attentions of Rowan Roach, and he does so for a Marine goal kick.
Attendance 568.
Been given the early official attendance this afternoon, and it is 568 here at Borough Park, including a few Mariners who have travelled up. If you're joining us at home, hope you're enjoying the coverage David Raven playing forward from halfway, picked up by Ben Hughes, looks again at the Workington defence. Tricky ex-Sheffield Wednesday youngster tries to play through to Niall Cummins, but just miscommunication, and Workington clear. Shaw's first touch, a firm header away from halfway, back into the Workington half. Barragan plays forward to Watkinson, looks to burst into the box, gets a right foot shot away, but dragged away. It looked to be a bit of a late challenge on Watkinson as he got a shot off. The ball was dragged wide of that far left-hand post. Strong challenge on Watkinson as he got the shot away from probably 12 or 15 yards. Right-footed across the face of goal. He was put under pressure by the Workington centre-back Sam Smith. Claims of a foul. But absolutely nothing doing from our referee this afternoon, Mr. Porter. And it's a goal kick which Jim Atkinson will take away to my right. Clears now to the far side. Raven looks to win the header and does so strongly. Hughes flicks on, but again fails to link up with Niall Cummins. Raven cuts out the ball forward, but only for a throw-in on that far side, the popular side. And the ball with Clark, Workington's right back, throws in. Raven challenging with Allison once again. Strong challenge between the two. Alex Doyle's in there as well, and Allison this time is judged to have chipped the Marine man. And that's a free kick midway inside the Marine half, which Bailey Passant will step forward to take. Workington 1, Marine 0. 20 minutes played here at Borough Park, but of course we did have that lengthy stoppage of 6 minutes or so for Anthony Miley, who has been stretchered off the pitch unfortunately this afternoon with what looked like an injury to his right leg. Of course, if we get any updates on Anthony, we'll let you know as soon as I do. Ball with Atkinson, looking to roll out, but then clears long into the feet of Allison. Nice layoff by Allison, and now the ball with Gooden on this near touchline. Workington left, played forward, but cut out by Marine, and Ben Hughes plays inside to David Lynch. Lynch finds midfield partner Alex Doyle, who plays across to the far side, where David Raven will retrieve. Played inside to Barragan, who lays back to Danny Shaw at centre-back. Nice Russian football from the Mariners, with a bit of pressure from Workington. But Alex Doyle has the ball 10 yards inside the Marine half. Looks to play down the left-hand side towards James Joyce, but cut out by Workington. Our possession once again in the centre circle through Brad Carroll. Played out to this near touchline, and it's with the left-back Charlton. Plays inside to Gooden. Gooden back to Sam Smith, but forced all the way back into his own area. Plays back to Atkinson, who clears towards halfway, but James Devine can cut that out on halfway. Alex Doyle with a flick on, but Niall Cummins coming back from an offside position gave himself up, and play continues with Atkinson as Workington look to build from the back. Of course they did that so successfully in the opening stages of the second half, particularly last Saturday's FA Cup tie. Grabbed that equalising goal after half time, after James Barragan had put the Mariners ahead from the penalty spot. But of course the Mariners progressing through in Tuesday's replay after extra time through David Lynch's goal through to a tie at Dunstan, and next Saturday as we clock up the miles early in the season. Now Cummins lays the ball back to James Devine under pressure from Gooden, finds Ben Hughes. Hughes steps into the Workington half, looks to take on his man. Neat feet from the ex-Sheffield Wednesday youngster, finds Devine, but his cross is cut out. And Workington with Gooden in the left-back slot, who clears long right-footed. David Raven on halfway, picks up possession, plays out to Joyce on that far left-hand side. James Joyce looking for the run of Niall Cummins inside the Workington area. Cummins held off his man, but unfairly, according to Mr. Porter, the referee. And a free kick a couple of yards inside the Workington box. It's been awarded to the home side as they lead here at Borough Park 1-0. Hello to Joe Carberry, who's listening this afternoon. Shouts, come on, Marine. And Fozza, who says, come on, you Mariners. Marine looking to find an equalising goal as we move halfway through this opening period. And the ball sent forward by Workington keeper Atkinson, but all the way through to Bailey Passant, away to my left. And Bailey will look to clear long, I'm sure. Good battle at the back between Niall Cummins and Dan Wordsworth for the home side. Ball hoisted high into the air. James Joyce is under that one on halfway. He can only head up into the air. And Allison goes down under Lynch's challenge, but seemed to run into the Marine man rather than the other way around. But Connor Tinian looks to play forward, but as possession pinched by Alex Doyle. Stepped in well there, Alex. But a good battle in midfield between the two sides. Neither side being allowed to dominate or settle on the ball for too long. The ball out for Marine throw on this right, thrown back by Devine to Bailey Passant, who clears long. Good battle once again from between Cummins and Wordsworth. Strong challenge from Alex Doyle in midfield as well once again. Ball played forward and Passant comes out of his area to clear. Not the greatest clearance, but Doyle will tidy up. And now the ball back with James Devine at right back for the blue-shirted Mariners. Given away by Devine, poor pass there down the Marine right, and a free kick awarded to Workington. Midway inside the Marine half now for a trip by Alex Doyle, and Connor Tinian, the home skipper, is over this one, just being notified that unfortunately an ambulance has been called for Anthony Miley as he was stretchered off 5 minutes or so ago with a leg injury. Free kick played in, but had a clear by Niall Cummins, the far side, the Workington right. Played back in, but it's a wasted ball. Sails high wide and not particularly handsome. Behind the goal, away to our left, and that's a goal kick to Marine. Once again, I hope you're enjoying this commentary as we come to you live from Borough Park for this, even at this stage of the season, an important fixture between two of the sides who are certainly looking to ensconce themselves in the promotion race this season. Flick header in the working defence puts Wordsworth under pressure, but the experienced defender clears out left-footed for a throw to Marine on this right-hand side. Midway inside the Workington half, James Devine throws in to James Barrigan, back to Devine. Plays down the line as far as Watkinson. Does well to hold off his man. Looks to force a corner, but blocked by Workington and cleared. Danny Shaw battling on halfway to win his header, having replaced Miley. But the ball had gone out of play, and that's a Workington throw in a couple of yards inside their own half on this near left-hand side from Workington point of view. Charlton throws inside. Poor ball back to him, but the left back does well to head inside. Play forward by Marine as far as Watkinson. Barrigan battling, but loses out to Brad Carroll in the midfield. And now Tinian looks to get forward, but Alex Doyle covering well. And James Joyce is able to clear long down the left-hand side for Marine. Headed away by Wordsworth. Beat Watkinson in the air. And then a bit of a strong challenge by James Barrigan, just a little bit late on Matty Clark, the Workington right back. And the referee has given a free kick to the Reds. Good afternoon, Rachel. You're very welcome. Nice to hear from you. And Rachel says, come on, Marine. If you're joining us late, it is Workington 1, Marine 0. Brad Carroll's goal after 5 minutes separating the sides. As Allison looks to burst into the Marine box, Raven across the cover. Does well, the experienced defender. Great challenge and clears out with his right foot for a Workington throw on this left-hand side. Level with the Marine penalty area. Thrown in to Gooden, but Gooden's pass was a poor one. Didn't give left-back Charlton much of a chance to keep it in. And the Marine throw in. Taken by Devine. Alex Doyle looks to clear long, but the ball has stayed in on the byline. Connor Tinian has it now in the corner on the left hand side for the Reds, and is fouled. He did well to beat Alex Doyle there, the Workington skipper. Doyle fouled the Workington number 10, and the referee will call Doyle over, and it looks like a first yellow card of the afternoon for the Marine midfielder. He certainly picked up a few already this season. And Tinian, experienced player, just showing his trickery there, just to beat Doyle on the byline, just away to my left in the corner. And Doyle manhandled Tinian to the ground and is awarded the first yellow card of the afternoon. And it'll be a free kick to Workington. A couple of yards in from the corner, but pretty much on the goal line. And it will be swung in right-footed by the looks of things by Rowan Roach. Setting a position as good as a corner for the home side. And Roach will play it in now right-footed. In swinger. Passon comes out to punch but misses the ball. But fortunately the ball flies through away to that far side and behind for a goal kick. A bit of an air shot once again. We saw one earlier from Allison just in the build-up to the Workington goal. That time Bailey Passon coming out to punch two-fisted, but got neither to the ball. But fortunately for Marine, the ball falling behind for a goal kick. Half an hour into today's game. Of course, there was that lengthy 6-minute stoppage earlier in the half for an injury to Anthony Marley, which has unfortunately resulted in him being stretchered off the pitch with a leg injury. An ambulance has been called for the Marine defender. Ball inside the Workington half now, and a bit of a soft looking free kick awarded by Mr. Porter, but in Marine's favour. Free kick which James Barragan's over, and it's 15 yards in from halfway, and the same from near touchline. Swings it in early, low. Ball breaks towards Watkinson, forced towards David Raven, who swings at the ball but didn't get hold of it, didn't connect as intended. The left-footed defender swung his right foot at the ball as it broke to him, about 10 yards or so out, but didn't really get much on the volley at all, and ball safely through to Atkinson, but probably Marine's best chance thus far. Now Workington midway in Marine half. Allison once again goes down rather theatrically, the experienced frontman for the Reds. Danny Shaw that time adjudged to have infringed the Workington number 9, and it is a free kick to Workington. This one's a good 30 or so yards out from goal, left of centre. And Tinian has placed this ball down. It's to be seen if it's too far out for a shot. Rowan Roach, the Workington number 11, also over this. Played that in-swinging ball in from the free kick a couple of moments ago with his right foot. He could be the option here. Two-man Marine ball. It is some way out, this free kick. Good 30 yards. Roach is over it. But it's Tinian clips to the back post. Solid header away by David Raven for the Mariners. Barragan jumps, but it's David Lynch to head away. Played out by Workington to that far side where goal scorer Carroll looks to keep the ball in and does so. Played back to Roach on the right hand touchline for Workington. Shepherded by James Barragan well, and Workington have to play back to halfway. All the way back to Wordsworth in his own half, 10 yards or so inside, and all the way back to Jim Atkinson. Good work from Mariners there to press Workington back as far as their own goalkeeper from that free kick. And Atkinson clears down the Workington right to halfway. Workington's players going down like flies at the minute, but nothing doing on that one. It's a free kick. James Joyce will take just inside the Workington half on the Marine left. Looks for Cummins. Cummins wins his header. Watkinson battling as he has done so far this season, but nothing doing there. Ben Hughes goes to ground under a challenge, but again referee Porter Ways play on. The ball played forward towards Allison in the central striker's role, but he's adjudged a yard or so offside as he looked to First past Danny Shaw, who, if you're just joining us, Danny Shaw has replaced Anthony Miley, who suffered an unfortunate injury, stretched off after a 6-minute delay earlier in the half. As Bailey Passant clears the free kick forwards to the Marine right, just on the edge of the box. Watkins challenges, but it's beaten in the air. Gooden has it for Workington, plays it back to Charlton in the corner. He does well to clear the Workington left back. Allison under pressure from Shaw, fails to keep hold of the ball, and David Raven's able to send it forward towards Barragan. Barragan strong challenge, but only as far as the feet of Allison. Allison finds his midfield man Brad Hubbold. Ball strides away from Barragan, looks to play Matty Clark down the right, but well read by James Joyce. And the ball now back inside the Workington half with Wordsworth. Plays inside to midfielder Carroll, who's caught in possession by Marine. Well done there on that occasion by Owen Watkinson. David Lynch being held back, and yes, the referee spotted that one. Lynch looking to stride forward, but tactical foul, should we say, from midfielder Brad Hubbold, pulling the Marine man back, and the free kick's awarded 5 yards inside the Workington half, and Bailey Passant all the way out over halfway to take this one for the Blues. And he will look to put the ball into the Workington box, I'm sure. Takes a free kick now, aerially, towards the back post. Alex Doyle's there, but Gooden wins the header. And the ball is out for a Marine throw-in on this near side, the Marine right. James Devine in at right back today for Ben Roberts. Stride forward to take this throw. As we're 10 minutes or so from half time, but of course there will be that lengthy injury time to be played. As Doyle looks to find Ben Hughes on the right hand channel, but the ball shepherded out well by Hubbold, tracking back for the home side, and that's behind for a Workington goal kick. If you're just joining us, it is Workington 1, Marine 0. Live here from Borough Park this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. And Atkinson, the home keeper, clears the goal kick, which Danny Shaw meets well. Back into the Workington half, but now with Clark at right back for the Reds. He plays down the right. Only as far as David Raven. Finds Barragan with a measured pass in towards Cummins. Played all the way back to Raven, who's a bit of a heavy touch from the experienced defender, but now Marine play forward, and Watkinson looks to pressurise Sam Smith and does well to force a corner. The Workington centre-back being forced to play that behind for a Marine corner on the Marine left. Good work from Owen Watkinson. Once again, had an excellent start to the season, chasing all the way in Tuesday's Cup replay, of course, at the MTA. And what a night that was. A corner from Marine left, swung in right-footed by Alex Doyle. Deep, but Matty Clark looks to head away, but misdirects his header. And Cummins looks to play back in towards the danger area, but bit of a scooped cross, really, with his right foot from Niall. And goalkeeper Atkinson able to claim the ball easily in the air. And has it a yard or so inside the Workington penalty area. Clears now right-footed, over halfway. Joyce challenging with Rowan Roach, and throwing to Marine. She's now with Barragan. Barragan lost the ball over the top. Bit of a hopeful ball, should we say, for looking for Niall Cummins, but absolutely no chance there for the veteran Marine striker. The ball out for a goal kick to the home side. Don't forget to say hello in the chat box if you're enjoying our coverage this afternoon. Always good to hear from everyone. And of course, Marine looking for this equalising goal before half time, if at all possible. It's Workington lead 1-0. Ball inside the Workington half, and Gooden retrieves the homesters. Cleared high into the air over halfway. Danny Shaw looks to be under this one. Heads, but only inside to Workington man Roach, but his misplaced header is back to Shaw, who can find Joyce this time. Joyce plays forward. Again, rather hopeful ball in the direction of Owen Watkinson. James Barragan challenging, and he was adjudged to have been levered off the ball by, I think that was Brad Hubbold in the midfield. And this will be a free kick to Marine, playing all in blue this afternoon. And it looks to be about 10 yards in from that far touchline, the Marine left, and about 20 yards inside the Workington half. James Barragan's over it. We'll look to swing this one in as Danny Short makes his way forward from centre-back, as does David Raven, to support Niall Cummins and Owen Watkinson in attack. Barragan plays the free kick in left-footed. Not a great free kick, wasn't deep enough from Barragan on that occasion, and Workington able to clear and bring the ball forward. Now down there right, Scott Allison will pick that one up midway inside the Marine half. Looks to take on Alex Doyle, steps inside, comes back to Matty Clark in the right back slot. Clark plays to halfway, finds Wordsworth. Patient build up again from Workington. Wordsworth plays long, but Raven able to volley clear back in midfield. And Carroll as well to beat Ben Hughes there to the ball. Finds Connor Tinian on this near side, and strong pressure from James Devine. And Tinian's wasteful ball. Misdirected pass to Niall Cummins, who also looked to be being manhandled. It's 2 free kicks could have been given in quick succession there, but neither was. And Workington have a man down, and they put the ball out of play on the far side. Looks like goal scorer Brad Carroll, the midfielder, has grabbed straight away at his, the back of his thigh, his hamstring. Now up on his feet, but limping over to this near hand side, and I think goal scorer's day is done. And he will indeed be replaced by the returning Dav Simonton for Workington. But Carroll's hamstring, clearly a problem, an ongoing issue for him, and as soon as he went down there and grabbed his hamstring, he was substituted within a matter of 30 seconds or so. So Symington comes on to replace Brad Carroll in midfield. Free kick to Marine, that played forward down there left. And in fact, possession conceded sportingly back to Workington, and the ball with their goalkeeper Jim Atkinson. Looks to play out to this near left hand side, but his crossfield passes away with one over the head of Charlton. That's a Marine throw on the right, level with the edge of the Workington box. It's Marine look for this equalising goal. Ben Hughes under pressure from Gooden as well, keep possession and find James Devine. Devine's ball in, flicked on by Lynch, but falls to Barragan on the edge of the box. Comes wide against this near side, looking for Devine. Again, Gooden, the Workington winger, putting Devine under all kinds of pressure. But Marine keep possession with Shaw, and then Barragan, who's under pressure himself, finds Alex Doyle. In towards Ben Hughes, but the young striker not quite expecting that one, and Workington able to step in and clear all the way to Bailey Passant. Passant rolls out to Danny Shaw on this near side. Shaw down the line, looking for Hughes, but a bit too much on the attempted ball forward there from Danny Shaw, and the ball out free, Workington throw. Once again level with the edge of their own penalty area. So in as far as Roach retains possession, the ball play forward towards Allison. Misses his header, and Shaw plays forward into the channel for Owen Watkinson to latch onto in the Workington box, but just nicked off his toe by left back Kieran Charlton. As Watkinson looked to make strides towards goal, and it's behind for a Marine corner on this right hand side. James Barragan will go over to take this one, and he'll swing it in left footed, no doubt. So we're approaching the 43rd minute. Corner played into the back post. Danny Shaw battling with Wordsworth. The ball's dropped out of the Workington box as they clear to halfway. And James Joyce retrieves possession comfortably for the Mariners. Plenty of time on the ball. Plays to Bailey Passant. Bailey will launch this forward once more in direction Niall Cummins. Niall looks to get him behind Sam Smith, but good header from the Workington man away to the far side with substitute Symington. He's been on for a few minutes. This is his first touch on the Workington right, steps back inside, lays the ball back to right back Matty Clark, inside to Brad Hubbold, back to Clark, and played forward rather aimlessly by Clark, and David Raven under no pressure, looking to head the ball back to Bailey Passon, but completely gets that one wrong. Raven, and the ball skews off his head for a Workington throw. Just a couple of yards from the right hand corner flag. Mistake from Raven, who's otherwise been almost foot perfect this season. And Workington throw in on the right in that corner slot. Looking to force a corner themselves now, but Barragan does well to get a toe in. Clark swings the ball into the box, well headed away by Danny Shaw towards Watkinson, who does well to win his header. Strong challenge from Watkinson. And the ball back in the Workington half as Watkinson looks to pressurise goalkeeper Atkinson. But Atkinson clears high into the Cumbrian sky once more. Raven, ongoing battle with Rowan Roach. David Lynch unable to control and plays the ball high into the air. Falls now for Symington on that far side. The Workington right looks to get at James Joyce. Joyce does well, just blocks the attempted cross from the Workington substitute, and it's out for a throw-in. Once again, a couple of yards from the corner flag on the Workington right, deep in the Marine half. 45 minutes is up, but of course we had that 6 minute or so stoppage while Anthony Miley received treatment and was then unfortunately stretchered off the field of play with an injury to his right leg. So there will be approximately 5 or 6 minutes. The board's just about to be shown, and it is indeed 6. 6 to be played at the end of this first half. Workington 1, Marine 0. And the ball out for a throw on the Workington right, thrown in by Clark. Finds Symington lurking by the corner flag. Gets a low crossover, but Raven's there to clear that one comfortably. Back as far as Clark. Plays forward for Symington. Beats James Barragan in that corner and now looks to centre. Chips the ball across to the back post. Allison lining up a volley, but James Devine did well just to head the ball clear before he could do so. And it's 10 yards outside the Workington area as they look to play forward neatly onto the edge of the area. With Roach, plays inside, and it's just wide. Played inside initially by Roach, flicked on by Scott Allison running through, and the ball almost hit Iowa Gooden. A bit of a instinctive reaction. The ex-Ramsbottom man through his right boot at that one, but the ball dropped fairly comfortably a few yards wide of Bailey Passon's left hand upright. But a moment of worry certainly for the Mariners. Certainly can't afford to be going a couple of goals behind as we head towards half time. Goal kick will be cleared away to my left by Bailey Passon. Marine playing left to right in this first half, and the ball's in the air over halfway towards Cummins. Strong challenge with Wordsworth once again. Alex Doyle trying to get his foot on the ball, but beaten by the Workington midfield. And Danny Shaw now under pressure from Gooden, forced to play the ball out free. Throw-in on this near side, the Workington left. Now with left back Charlton for the home side. He plays all the way back patiently to Sam Smith. Cleared under pressure from Watkinson and headed out by Danny Shaw for the Mariners. Devine strongly, inverted commas, challenges Gooden, who went to ground quite easily, but did look to be a foul in all honesty, and the referee Mr. Porter awards the home side a free kick just 5 yards in from the touchline, just away to my left as we sit in our commentary position here, just under the old main stand here at Borough Park, for those of you who have been before. And a free kick will be swung in from the Workington left, right-footed it looks like, by Rowan Roach. Workington looking to pinch a 2-goal lead as we are in injury time in the first half. Ball swung in, good ball in towards the far post, evades everyone. And Wordsworth arriving late on the scene, but too late for Workington, and the ball behind for a Marine goal kick. Good delivery there from this left-hand side. in swinging by Rowan Roach, but his teammates unable to connect and provide the finish he was looking for. About 3 minutes remaining now of this 6 minutes of injury time. Goal kick from Bailey Passon. Everyone had come over to this right hand side, and unfortunately Bailey's clearance straight out on that left hand side. And the throw into Workington. 15 yards inside their own half, which Matty Clark will take. Finds Hubbold, back to Clark, who's pressured by David Lynch. Ball forced off Lynch for another throw-in. Workington 1, Marine 0, as we head towards half-time. Just a minute or minute and a half of the 6 allotted left to be played. Another throw-in down the Workington right. They're now 5 yards inside the Marine half, but referee Porter just telling them to go back a few yards. On that far side, the popular side at Borough Park, the ball's with right back Matty Clark, who will throw in from the Workington right. Just so, Allison heads inside. Alex Doyle able to head forward for the Mariners. Played forward long by Workington midfielder Hubbold, and passing all the way out to his edge of the area. Does well to get out there to sweep up, but his left-footed clearance straight out and over the stand, rather sizable stand on the far side of the Borough Park ground, and it remains Workington 1, Marine 0. Once again, as we head towards half-time, throw into the Reds on their right. Matty Clark, their right back. Once again, looks to throw in. Looking for a runner. Allison provides and plays a 1-2 back to Clark. Now back with Allison. Steps inside well under pressure. Once again, Allison taking a tumble as he's done a number of times in this first half. Put the ball all the way back with Sam Smith, the heart of the Workington defence. Finds left back Charlton. Back to Smith and all the way back to goalkeeper Atkinson. Atkinson will clear long. David Raven under this one as Allison challenges, and Danny Shaw steps in to clear. High towards now Cummins, pressure by centre back Wordsworth. A well cut out by Devine on halfway for Marine. Charlton plays forward down the left for Workington, cut out by Danny Shaw, who does well to stretch and clear, and that will be a Workington throw once again just inside the home side's half. As we approach half time, Workington throw on this near side, their left. And that is indeed half-time, indicated by referee Porter. It is half-time here at Borough Park. It's Workington 1, Marine 0. The home side leading through Brad Carroll. His fifth minute goal, giving the home side the lead. Disappointing goal to concede from Marine point of view. Ball played back into the box, and the Marine defence rather statuesque as Carroll was allowed the time to find the bottom corner, beating the on-rushing Bailey Passon from about 8 yards or so with a low drive into the bottom corner of the net, away to our left. Just for those of you joining us who may not have heard earlier, Anthony Miley stretched it off for the Mariners after 16-17 minutes or so, and there was a 6-minute delay while Anthony received treatment, and he unfortunately was stretched off with an injury to his lower right leg. But hope you can join us again in 10 minutes or so for the second half live from Borough Park, where it is Workington 1, Marine 0, and we'll see you in